Audience participation, show of hands for anybody in the room that has a daughter. If you have a daughter. Okay, it gets a little better. If you have a teenage daughter. If you've had a teenage daughter. If you think you'll have a teenage daughter at some point, right? Teenage daughter, right? So here's Friday night, my 14-year-old daughter's boyfriend comes over to the house. And he's the sweetest boy, right? He really is. And I'm just getting to know him, so I decide to ask him, Cam, what does integrity mean to you? And he sits and thinks about this, right? The wheels are turning. He's shaking a little bit, right? He's trying to make a good impression. And he says, well, he's like, if you try really hard at something, like really hard, and you still can't get it, but you keep trying. I'm like, Cam, that's a good answer, right? But do you have an example for that? And he's like, well, when I was 8, I couldn't ride my bike. So I'm making a mental note. If you can't ride your bike at 8, I'm making a mental note, right? We're looking at my daughter, 8, you couldn't ride a bike. But I kept trying, and then I rode my bike. I'm like, Cam, that is a great answer, right? And honestly, that's kind of like determination, maybe perseverance. That's really good. Sitting next to him is my 13-year-old son. Show of hands if you never know what's going to come out of a 13-year-old boy's mouth. Dad, I have an example of integrity. When my Spanish teacher says something awful, like that makes me so mad, and I don't throw my book at her, that feels like integrity, right? So I look at him, I'm like, do me a favor, let's keep that between us, right? Because I'm pretty sure you could get in big trouble for saying something like that. My sweet 14-year-old daughter is just literally taking all of this in. She looks at me and she says, Dad, isn't it just kind of doing the right thing? I'm not going to say it any better than that, right? And tonight in the Miami Valley, we celebrate all of you that day in and day out, quite simply, do the right thing all the time. And we are here to celebrate that for you all. Chaplain Major Anthony Wade from our Wright-Patterson Air Force Base is going to offer the invocation.
He just said it all by do the right thing. But let me pray about that too. Join me if you will. Good and gracious God, it is written, dishonest scales are an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. The integrity of the upright will guide them, but the perversity of the unfaithful will destroy them. This quote, attributed to King Solomon, reminds us that God himself takes seriously the issue of business ethics. Blessed are those businesses and nonprofits that are guided by integrity. Organizations marked by ethics, honor, honesty, fair dealing, truth in advertising, high-quality services and products, and dignity and fairness in the workplace. These are the hallmarks of the businesses and nonprofits we honor here this evening. God, bless our time together, the camaraderie and conversations, the food and fellowship. And as we honor the Eclipse Integrity Award nominees and winners, may we all reflect on the meaning of integrity. May every business and nonprofit represented here this evening be guided by integrity, walking uprightly in this world. May they strive to do well by doing good, succeeding in business or as a nonprofit by doing good things, choosing the right, doing the right in word and in deed. This we ask in your almighty, all-merciful name. Amen.
By way of introduction, my name is Bruce Kopic, and I'm a part of the Dayton Power and Light Operations team and have the privilege of serving as the chair of the BBB's Board of Directors this year. We do have just an item of business because this is the annual meeting for the BBB, as well as, and most importantly, the Eclipse Integrity Awards for 2019. In the center of your programs, there is a slate of officers and directors. And again, from audience participation, I need a wonderful round of applause so that they can all be secured for this year. Thank you so much. And usually there's a hashtag BBB Eclipse behind me, but share your selfies, pictures with friends and colleagues, and certainly the folks that are going to be honored tonight, either on stage or otherwise. Just getting here is a huge amount of work, and nobody takes that lightly. So please enjoy dinner. And here's the deal. icon, Mark Allen, will be here shortly to kick off honors. It gets no better than Mark Allen. Thanks and enjoy your dinner.
Want to get started so we can get you all on our way? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 26th, I cannot believe it's the 26th annual Better Business Bureau Eclipse Integrity Awards. I'm your MC and host tonight. My name is Mark Allen. I'm a local news anchor for 2 News at WDTN TV and Dayton CW, and it's been my great honor to, I think I've emceed all but about 2 or 3 of these. I've been here since the very beginning, and I can tell you it is, for those of us who've been here since year 1, it is very heartening to see how this event has grown into what you see here tonight. This has truly become one of the big nights of the year in Dayton and the Miami Valley in terms of just, the social aspect, the business networking, and the award itself, the Eclipse Integrity Award, has become, I think as you all know, one of the truly most prestigious awards handed out every year in Southwest Ohio. And it's been really interesting to me when I'm out and about in the course of a year and you go into businesses, you're in traffic and you see business vehicles, how many former winners display that emblem proudly. And we're going to add some more names to that list tonight. I mentioned networking. That, of course, includes social networking, and Bruce mentioned this a second ago. Bruce, good to see you. If you haven't already, take a picture, post to social media. We're big on that tonight, the hashtag BBB Eclipse. In fact, right now, I'm going to take a selfie with all of you, so everybody smile. Pick your dinner out of your teeth. Here we go. See? He had his eyes closed. No, we're fine. So I'll post that later to social media, and I hope you do the same. For those of you who have been here in the past, when I have been the MC, I think you know that I like to kick off my portion of the evening in kind of a traditional way. I'm going to do that again tonight, if it's okay with you. I know a lot of you have been very busy today. You're very busy, successful business people. You had a busy day at work. You rushed straight down here, did the cocktail hour, came right in here, and you may not have had a chance to catch a newscast yet today. So as a public service from your friends at 2 News, where, of course, we're always working for you, I bring you tonight some of the stories you will not see later tonight on 2 News. With tongue planted firmly in cheek, and to give all of us a break this year, it is a non-political version. Can I have an amen? Our top story tonight, scientists in Canada are working to create the world's first beer brewed entirely from cannabis. Scientists say they've been working tirelessly from morning to mid-morning. In other health news, a new study reveals that the best way to add years to your life is to exercise, lose weight, and not drink too much. To which all of America replied, "What else you got?" In entertainment news, for those of you who are very sad that Game of Thrones is ending this Sunday, my wife Lisa, who's here tonight, huge Game of Thrones fan. The good news is there are said to be at least 3 more Game of Thrones pilots in the works at HBO, each one of them set in a different time period with a completely different cast of characters. This is all part of HBO's plan, of course, to make sure we never understand anything that happens ever on Game of Thrones, ever. After 30 years on the bench, Justice Anthony Kennedy retired from the U.S. Supreme Court. He's 81 years old, so he's gone from sitting around in a robe all day to sitting around in a robe all day. Urban Outfitters and Anthropologie are rolling out a new payment program which allows online shoppers to pay in installments later rather than in full. They call it Afterpay, not to be confused, of course, with the program they have at Taco Bell where you always pay for it later. Stories you will not see tonight on the news. Microsoft is working on technology that removes the need for cashiers and checkout lines. Of course, this cutting-edge technology has long been known by its other name, shoplifting. A new poll has found that the majority of Americans say that driverless cars will have a big impact on the elderly, specifically if they don't cross the street fast enough. And finally, that usually gets an ovation. Thank you. Keeps the string alive. A New York man is suing the pharmacy CVS for revealing to his wife without his permission that he had a prescription for Viagra. During the court hearing, the judge told the man to please rise. He said, "Dude, I'm way ahead of you." Just some of the stories you will not be seeing later tonight on 2 News. Thank you. Thank you for indulging me for another year. I know in my business we couldn't do it without the sponsors, and certainly this event is not possible without the sponsors, so let's take a moment to mention those names. Sponsors, as I mention your name, please stand, and then we will thank them all at the end with one big round of applause. Our principal sponsors this year, West Banco Bank and Back to Business IT. Our Students of Integrity sponsor, Dayton Power and Light. Media sponsors, all of us at WDTN, along with our friends at Cox Ohio Media Group and iHeartRadio. The Torch Award sponsor, McAfee Heating and Air, Air Conditioning Incorporated. The nonprofit sponsor this year is PSA Airlines. Stage sponsors, Synchrony Financial. Spark Award Scholarship, Sinclair College. Our hosts here tonight, thank you. Reception sponsor that we all enjoyed earlier, Taft, Stettinius, and Hollister, and Advanced Background Check. The AV sponsor again this year is Shakely. Facility sponsor, Hauser Asphalt and Concrete. I saw Mike earlier. Dramatic design sponsor, Bob Ross Auto Group. Primetime Party Rental. Community honors sponsor, Voss Auto Group. The Spark Award supporting sponsors, Sochi. The Business Winners Circle sponsor, Echoing Hills. The nonprofit Winners Circle sponsor, Flagel Huber Flagel. Hospitality sponsor, Homewood Suites. Finally, the registration sponsor, Sinclair College, A-Plus Cleaners, and the Siebenthaler Company. If you would, please, a round of applause for our great sponsors. And there is a new torchbearer sponsor that you will hear about later. I don't want to give that one away. I'll leave that to somebody else. But at this time, it's my great pleasure and honor to invite 2 gentlemen to the stage, John North, BBB's president and CEO, along once again with Bruce Kopic, who tirelessly drive the machine we know as the Better Business Bureau to the Synchrony stage for some special recognition. Please welcome John and Bruce.
I think I'm first, Bruce. You had your shining moment, and you did an excellent job. So at this time, I'd like to recognize the following individuals and groups of individuals who work so hard to be able to pull off not just this event, but so many other things that are going on in the world of the Better Business Bureau. I'd like to invite our committee members to stand. These are the individuals who tirelessly every year, our Eclipse Integrity Awards Committee members, who work hard to help guide how this event goes every year. We'd also like to thank the BBB and Center for Business and Consumer Ethics boards. Please stand as well. Our Students of Integrity Spark Award and our Eclipse Integrity Award judges, please stand. And then, of course, the staff of the Better Business Bureau who work so hard every day making sure that we're creating a fair and ethical marketplace here in Dayton, Ohio. And Sherry, who has been recognized by Bruce Kopic, said some fine words against her, but she really is the machine, the gears that keeps this event going on and on and on every year. So please join me in recognizing all of them. We do have some special guests today, joining us all the way from a direct flight from Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport. We have Susan and Lisa from the Minneapolis Better Business Bureau coming to see our event this year. Thank you all for coming. We do have some great dignitaries coming. Multiple years, these dignitaries support our event by coming here and wishing their support and encouragement to all of the winners. Our Ohio State Representative, Niraj Antani. Always with a bright smile on their face and a warm hand to shake and a nice hug, Commissioners Dodge and Lieberman. From the wonderful and friendly city of Trotwood, we have Mary McDonald, their mayor. Mary, could you please stand and be recognized? From the governor's office, we have Sandra Brazington. Sandra, please stand. Thank you, and thank Governor Mike DeWine for the proclamations for tonight's winners. Bruce, you have some official business to tend to, so I'm going to let you take the podium.
The Better Business Bureau and the CBCE are incredibly fortunate to have a number of volunteers, many of which John have mentioned, supporting the excellent work that we do daily to support our mission. From dedicated board members to the wonderful women that are a part of WIBEN, dynamic committee members, and steadfast arbitrators who are truly the steam behind making a difference in the marketplace and around trust and ethics, we applaud you for all that you do. At this time, the BBB Board of Directors would like to present the second annual Dave Donaldson Award of Distinction, the 3D, to one of those volunteers that provided exemplary service.
So I've asked Dave to join me on stage this year as we announce this year's recipient. Last year, when we created this award and wanted to honor Dave Donaldson for his incredible contribution as an individual and also his organization, we went through a nightmare trying to get him here. We knew he had other obligations. His family at West Banco worked really hard. We weren't sure if he was going to show up. And finally, the stars aligned, and Dave was here with us last year. This year, it's going to be a piece of cake. This guy is always here at the event, always supporting the event, one of our biggest cheerleaders. He's been in our office this year countless hours working as we redeveloped a department within the organization. He didn't show up. The individual is at home sick. I just got off the phone with him, and so quickly we made some arrangements for someone to accept on his behalf. So this award honors an individual volunteer who, through their tireless efforts, have helped launch the BBB to become, and Peter, you'll like this, our next best self. He provided expertise, time, and staff to help BBB revamp our finance department. He spent countless hours working through numbers and providing vision for a new direction. We are stronger and more efficient organization because of his leadership, his dedication, and his mentorship, not just to me, but also to Melissa Kutcher, our business director, our chief business officer. Melissa wanted to join me on stage to also thank Bob for his contributions. Please join me in recognizing Bob Reynolds from Brady Ware. Could Bob or Randy please join the stage and accept this honor? I know Randy has been feverishly texting Bob. So Bob, who, if many of you know, is not a lack for words. And so I'm sure that his thumbs work just as fast. Randy, thank you.
I know Bob's disappointed he's not able to be there. He wasn't aware that he was getting this award tonight, or he may have come in feeling a little under the weather, but I know he appreciates it. Thank you so much.
All right, off we go. Congratulations on that well-deserved honor. Next, please join me as we invite Dean Weinert from Mutual Federal Savings and Loan to the Synchrony stage to present the BBB's Community Honor for 2019. Bob, welcome.
Finally, your weather team got to work at Channel 2 and brought some sunshine, Mark. Thank you. Community honor. Tonight, we're excited to honor two not-profit organizations with the community honor sponsored by Voss Auto Group. Dayton Metro Library and the Food Bank, Inc. These two inspiring organizations have one thing in common. They create community. They create community to serve the needs of those in our region and beyond. They always have an ear to the ground and are ready to gather resources and create unique programs to address those needs in an instant. So as Tim Cambish, Dayton Metro Library Executive Director, and Michelle Riley, Food Bank CEO, make their way up to the Synchrony stage, please turn your attention to the TV screens as we share many of the reasons why we are honoring these two organizations this evening.
Thank you for joining us in celebrating community in the Miami Valley. A community is a place of shared characteristics where we strive to strengthen the core and promote neighbors helping neighbors.
The mission of the food bank is to eliminate hunger in the community through the acquisition and distribution of food. And the 106 partner agencies that we serve distribute the food to those who are hungry. When I got to the food bank, they distributed 4.7 million pounds of food, and I was the 13th employee. Fast forward 8 years, we have 32 employees, and we distributed this year 13.5 million pounds.
I support the food bank's mission because hunger is key to survival in this community, and they do such a fine job of understanding the problem and trying to fix it in a systemic way.
Dayton Metro Library is 18 library locations plus the main library in downtown Dayton.
The Dayton Metro Library's mission is really important to the region. The libraries serve the entire community. It is really important that everyone has access across the region to the libraries.
The voters in Montgomery County, when they passed our $187 million bond issue, really put a lot of faith in the library to deliver world-class library service in world-class facilities. The people, they have always loved the library, but when they now have these new facilities and they can take advantage of them with their friends and their family, they're using them in new ways.
I went to like a community job fair thing. It was something about this table. It was a lady named, by the name of Liz Kelly. She had this big bright smile. And she's like, you know, we hiring for driver and warehouse workers. And then I went same day, met the crew, met Michelle, got the interview on the spot and got the job on the spot. So that was kind of a sign that, okay, I'm from this community and I never heard about the food bank. When I gained knowledge of it, I was like, okay, it's doing something in my community that I haven't seen before. It's just hitting me a little more than a regular job.
As a leader, Tim really drives diversity and inclusion in his organization. Even if it's something new and different, they always take the time to learn, to understand, so that they can really provide a great product for our community.
I think our values of diversity, of making certain that our staff reflect the communities that we serve, that when you come in, that you see somebody that looks like you, that you have that kind of interaction, that makes certain that you have the ability to respond to the needs of the person coming and asking questions.
The impact that the library has had on me, both professionally and individually, is one of great pride. When you look at the facilities plan that's underway and getting close to completion, that now really serves the community in a better way, creating greater access, but also bringing a variety of resources out into the community.
Some of my favorite projects here, of course the senior box program is my favorite. We have a drive-through where we serve this zip code for those who are in need of food, and then I like our mobiles. Our mobiles were the keeper of the data for the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services. So if you live in poverty and you don't have transportation, then we bring our mobiles into that area.
The food bank has a role in this community in terms of educating people about the nature of hunger. They're also very creative in terms of being able to come up with different types of solutions. The gardens that are right outside of this building are a tremendous asset in terms of being able to get fresh produce to folks. So one of the things that I really appreciate about the food bank is their willingness to engage community partners in terms of trying to meet different kinds of challenges. So for instance, one of the things that we've done several times with them now is disaster relief in terms of hurricane relief. So the food bank will reach out to partners that they know and trust and work with on a routine basis, and we can do things like help marshal the resource gathering.
I love coming to work every day because it's not the routine work feeling. It's serious business, but we bring fun to the table.
One of the great programs that the library has launched is called Love Them Out Loud, and it's a series of programs for toddlers and youth around everyday experiences that help young people learn. And what we know is that translates into higher quality education, a better workforce, and greater drive in our economy.
The Dayton Metro Library is a trailblazer in this community. They are really transforming communities, and that's important. There were small businesses networking. There were seniors there getting their taxes prepared. There were students checking out laptops. It's critical that we have these anchors in our community to help our communities thrive. They have totally reinvented themselves.
Community involvement in the food bank philosophies aren't different. This food bank belongs to the community. So our philosophy are people come first.
This organization is tremendously ethical in the way that they operate and very thoughtful about the way that they operate. I would think that they are a best practice for any organization. There are a couple of things that the food bank, I think, does additionally, above and beyond. And one is engage the community, not just in terms of partners supporting the efforts to meet community needs, but also allowing people to come in and help work within the food bank. It gives them a chance to actually be part of the solution.
I'm just so thrilled to represent an organization that is receiving this honor.
I believe that the recognition for the Dayton Metro Libraries is just because they're a great community partner. And knowing that access to an outreach in the community is important. So to have the Better Business Bureau recognize the accomplishments of the broader Dayton Metro Library is really an honor award, and I congratulate the entire staff for the accomplishments that they have made.
Trust is everything in this community. You can't really do the work that we do serving poverty if there's no trust. Being honored in a way like this from the community is important for our team and for those that we serve, including our member agencies.
What a unique year and a unique opportunity for us to honor two pillar organizations who are really creating a sense of community here in the Miami Valley.
There's over 500 library employees, volunteers, affinity groups that, like our friends and our foundation, that really work together. And we try really hard to be that way in which the library can help people become their better selves. And that's something that I'm so proud to be a part of. So thank you very much on behalf of everybody at the Dayton Metro Library.
I'll try to be brief, but there's just a few things that I want to say. Number one, I can't think of any other nonprofit that I'd rather share the stage with, Tim, partly because for those of you that know me, you can imagine I was very hard to educate. I wasn't quiet a lot. I didn't like to read. I wanted to teach class. I didn't want to learn in class. And as a result, I was walked to my local library and spent quite a bit of time there. And for me, part of the reason that I was here is I was raised in a 960 square foot house who on the East End looked like everyone else on my block. I had 4 generations in that house, and I understood at a very young age that education was the key to my freedom. And if not for my local library on Burkhart Road and some wonderful women who took me under their wing to make sure I learned what I needed to learn, I would not be standing on this stage today. So congratulations, Tim. Yeah, you're welcome. The second thing is the Better Business Bureau. Everyone in here in the room, we're all fishing from the same pond when it comes to a nonprofit. We're all knocking on your doors. We're always asking. So when we come to these dinners a lot, we come to a venue not always understanding the full impact of those that we're here to honor. The Better Business Bureau for me, I started food banking about 8 years ago. I had no clue what I was doing. And I leaned on people who were already in food banking who had a much better history than I did. And one of the first learning experiences I had was I was one of 10 in the United States that sat on a contract task force team that was to develop the contract that other food banks in the nation would hold themselves accountable for. And during that time, part of the contract that we looked at was what were the standards for philanthropy and for giving? What did it look like? If at a national level for Feeding America, what would we for 206 food banks that feed the hungry in the United States, what would we do? What would we look like? What would we implement? And I have to tell you that as I shared with John when he came to our place to talk to us about this award, we decided to not touch the Better Business Bureau Wise Giving Guide, that it in fact was the nation's best standards, and it is kind of the book with which I've operated when we ask for money. And so for that, congratulations too, because you set the example for all of us. It's a high bar. And then the last thing is the reason I'm here. I have the distinct privilege of serving a team that is amazing. So if the food bank team who's here with me would just stand up, this award really belongs to you. Thank you.
Congratulations to two truly extraordinary local organizations. I mean, Tim, you and your staff have basically redefined what a library is in our town. So congratulations for that. Your new facilities are just phenomenal. And Michelle, advance warning, you may already know you're going to be invaded by the WDTN staff in a couple of weeks. Our annual Next Star Day of Caring, we've selected the food bank as our target for this year, so we're going to spend the whole day helping them out here in a couple of weeks. Looking forward to that. It is time now to ask John North to join me back on the Synchrony stage to tell you about a brand new award sponsor. John.
For a decade now, the BBB has been recognizing businesses and community trailblazers with our Torch Award. That's quite a milestone. 10 years, 10 organizations who have helped Dayton recreate itself over the years. During good and bad times, these organizations have stood up with us to help Dayton become its next best self. That's why Greg McAfee last year joined us as a recipient of the Torch Award. Greg was an honoree last year. Recognizing the significance that the Torch Award played in his company, he was inspired and came to us just a very short week ago and wanted to take his honor to the next level. And I am pleased to introduce, on its 10th anniversary, the McAfee Heating and Air Conditioning Torch Award. Where is it? Oh. I'll let Greg explain the significance of this award. It was his idea. Greg, please join me on the Synchrony stage.
Thank you. Good evening. McAfee Heating and Air is honored to partner with the Better Business Bureau as we present this Torch Award This is a new element, a symbolic representation of the torch, which will be passed on year after year from one honoree to another. This honor has stood out to me and my company, and it represents the guiding light that I continually push my team toward, and this award is unlike any other. We are a company founded on the same core principles as the BBB Torch Award. The McAfee Way has 6 principles which guide us, and they are integrity, care, culture, consistency, innovation, and team. When we accepted this Torch Award in 2018, it was much more than just another trophy on a shelf. It symbolized why we worked so hard doing the right thing, even when no one was looking. From serving in the Marine Corps, I know what the few and the proud means, and this Torch Award is for the few that enjoy a different way of doing business, the few that place serving others over profits, the few that strive for excellence, and the few that choose not to waver on ethics even during tough times. Yes, it's more than just another trophy. I consider it a very high honor to receive and the same honor to pass on. As John mentioned tonight, this marks the 10th year for the BBB as it presents the Torch Award to a local company. The award is dedicated to the legacy of those businessmen and women who never stopped believing in Dayton. Like the Wright brothers, Charles Kettering, John Patterson, and Clay Mathiel. They committed themselves to a continual evolution through their leadership, community, service, and mentorship. Like the past recipients, Bob Ross Auto Group, Wright Pat Credit Union, the Dayton Power and Light Company, the Kettering Health Network, McAfee Heating and Air, will pass this honor on this evening to the next honoree, the Dayton Dragons professional baseball team. The Dayton Dragons have worked tirelessly for the last 2 decades to provide a world-class sports entertainment experience. The organization takes giving back to the citizens it serves very seriously as it supports and recognizes a variety of causes in our community, which includes veterans, children, and nonprofits. The administration, staff, and team of the Dayton Dragons have truly earned the prestigious Torch Award, and we thank them for investing in the Dayton region for 20 seasons. Join me in watching the monitors as Brandy Ginnaw makes her way to the Synchrony stage, and we'll learn more about why we're honoring this team tonight with the BBB Torch Award.
Take me out to the ballpark, or better yet, bring the ballpark to me. That's exactly what the Dayton Dragons did. They brought America's favorite pastime sport to our backyards. Since the day the Dayton Dragons opened, they have been giving back to our community and have been great stewards. They have given to hundreds of military families, medically vulnerable, and over 500 charitable causes in our community.
The Dayton Dragons were founded in 1999 when we transferred a team from Rockford, Illinois to Dayton, Ohio. The Dragons are a very different type of business, and it's a very unique one. They had this marketing horsepower. So we've always believed that we needed to take that marketing horsepower and use it for the good of this community.
And when the Dayton Dragons came to Dayton, we saw a great opportunity to be a part of this rebirth of the Dayton core.
One of the things that the Dragons have led since the beginning is being and an outstanding corporate leader, and involved in not only revitalizing the summers in Dayton, but actually improving and contributing to the further development of leadership.
In our organization, you're going to hear a lot more talk about leadership than you are about management. The leadership is required to have integrity. Honesty and integrity is what is going to make somebody a successful leader.
When I look at what I've learned from the Dayton Dragons and their organization, you have this commitment to leadership. I mean, there's a low turnover organization, and I had an opportunity to transfer with our company, Heidelberg Distributing, to Dayton, Ohio. My kids were young, 3 and 4, and the Dayton Dragons not only became our single largest sponsorship or spend in the community, but it was a great place to bring my kids. So there's great joy in the time I had with my girls, my wife. There's times also with coworkers and clients where we're just enjoying the game of baseball. It's a place to gather.
I have so many stories about bringing my grandkids here to the game. I have one in particular. My daughter got us tickets to go to the Angels. When the game was kind of in the 7th, 8th inning, we decided that we had enough. We were going to leave. And as my son-in-law picked up my granddaughter, 2 at the time, she starts crying, her eyes out. She says, "I have not seen the mascot." I said, "Who?" She says, "The mascot at the Dragons." And she could not leave without seeing those folks. What an impact. 2 years old, and she said, "This is not about the ball game, this is about what we have." And that's what the Dragons has brought. We believe this is an enterprise that has proven its value. I think this is a real jewel. Look at all the construction around us. It has not stopped.
It's been cool to watch this team evolve, watch him continue to follow through on every commitment he made to us as a company. Gave us great comfort in making the decision to re-up again, and be a part of the Dayton Dragons and its ongoing growth.
And one of the things that they have excelled at is creating ball players. We saw here as kids, now over 95 of them in the big leagues. That to me is a track record. Not only are you a good business community leader, but you are actually developing talent, and that's one of the greatest legacies.
Every day matters. You know, we never can take a play off. So you have to have your A game. You have to be great if you want to work here. And I think that when an award like this gets presented to the organization, it is telling everybody, that messaging, that for all that work, all that attention to detail, all the commitment and dedication that they're giving to the organization is going to be noticed.
It's for their breaking all kinds of records attitude, their generosity to the Dayton community, and how they help improve our quality of life that we are honored to present this year's 2019 Torch Award to the Dayton Dragons.
Well, thank you. We are deeply honored to receive the Torch Award from the Better Business Bureau. The Dayton Dragons are so proud to be a part of the Dayton community, and from the very beginning, we've made it a point and a priority to give back. We have worked very hard for the last 2 decades, 20 years, to provide a sports entertainment experience like none other that this community can be very proud of. And because of this, and due to amazing corporate partners and amazing community support, this community has accomplished something none other has. We have had more than 1,300 consecutive sellouts at Fifth Third Field, and that is your success. We serve the Dayton community through, thank you. We serve the Dayton community through various community-related programs and projects, such as Home Run for Life and our Dragons MVP program. I am so proud to represent the Dayton Dragons today in accepting this award, and we will definitely share this with our entire front office and our over 300 game day employees that make this possible. What a great way to kick off our 20th season at Fifth Third Field and celebrate our commitment to excellence, leadership, integrity, and unsurpassed customer service. Thank you again.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Brandy. Congratulations to you, Bob, everybody at the Dragons. I am a huge baseball fan. We are so lucky to have the Dragons in town. And I always tell people when I travel around the country, like, we got a baseball team in Dayton. It's, minor league, A-ball. But I always say, but they run it like a major league franchise, and they really do. And if you go to a game at Fifth Third Field, except for the size of the stadium, you'd swear you're at a major league game. It is a major league experience. It has been for 20 years. We are so lucky to have them. And of course, going to Fifth Third Field is the best, but if you can't, you can see several games televised this year on Dayton CW. We're happy to be their television partner. Shameless plug. We're glad to be their television partner. All right, it's time now for another really important part of this annual event. It's when we honor the Dayton Power and Light Company Students of Integrity, a glimpse of the future. And as always, the future is in good hands. Welcome back to the stage, not only Bruce Kopic, but as well as Holly Wiggins from Dayton Power and Light to introduce this year's Students of Integrity.
Good evening. I'm not quite as tall as these guys. All right, we're doing the Students of Integrity, so I'm going to go back to the textbooks. Integrity, the definition, the quality of being honest, having strong moral principles and judgment. Synonyms are strong character, principles, ethics, morals, honor, righteousness, virtue, sincerity, truthfulness, and trustworthiness. People with integrity are who we want as our friends, who we want as employees. People with integrity will create and grow companies that do business with integrity. So look around your table. You're with companies that are committed members to the BBB. They're companies that work with integrity. Your table's full of people that are integrity. What we want is our next generation to have that same quality. So with that in mind, I have the honor of presenting tonight's most impactful awards. They're not the most important because everyone's awards tonight are really important. But tonight's have a ripple impact that's going to go on for years. Because in this process of searching for and looking how to recognize the young people that are still developing their educational plans, still developing their career plans, and we're awarding them tonight for a job well done and for decisions made with integrity. They will have a positive impact for years to come in this and every community that they engage in. A gathering of business and community leaders, and of course the parents that are here tonight, is recognizing and encouraging these young leaders to continue on the path of integrity, honesty, humility, and we encourage you to come back home here to Dayton after college and build and grow businesses with integrity at the core. We would now like to recognize the 2019 Students of Integrity, and I invite the students to come up onto their stage as their bios are being read, and please stay here because we do want to take a group picture. So our first honoree tonight, and hold on, I don't think I'm on the right page. Our first honoree is Grace Bradley, and I've got to find her bio here. Let's see. Got pages stuck. Grace is from Alter High School. She is highly motivated by volunteerism, and she plans to attend Notre Dame to study medicine and work for Doctors Without Borders. Grace. Next, we have Nicholas Fischio. Nicholas is from Botkins Local High School. He is an academic and athletic leader. He plans to attend Tiffin University, study criminal justice, join the Navy, and eventually serve on a major metropolitan police force. Now that's an honorable. Next, we have Stephanie Schuhart. Stephanie is from Alter High School. She's Vice President of National Honor Society and Wounded Warrior Club. Stephanie plans to attend the University of South Carolina and major in accounting and international business. Next, I welcome Christian Stayhart. Christian is from Piqua High School. He's president of the National Honor Society, varsity golf team captain, and secretary of student council. Christian is planning on attending Belmont University in Nashville, studying commercial music, and then work in the music industry. Students of Integrity winner Zael Juyi. Zael is from Butler High School. She's treasurer of Interact, secretary and chair of Student Congress, and a member of the National Honor Society. She plans on attending Fisher School of Business at The Ohio State University and study finance, accounting, or international business. I want to congratulate everyone. You take pictures?
Get as close as you can together. We'll stand here.
Just one last thing. We'd be remiss if we didn't thank the parents that raised these fabulous children. So everybody turn around, let them stand and get a round of applause. Thank you. Congratulations.
I just said to Grace, I grew up in South Bend. Go Irish. Enjoy your time at Notre Dame. I'd like to take a moment now to invite Rocky Belcher from Sinclair Community College and Cassie Barlow. You know how sometimes you don't see people for years and then suddenly you see them 3 times in a week? That's how it is for Cassie Barlow and myself. I saw her at the Montgomery County Law Enforcement event where she was one of our speakers. It was phenomenal. She was on 5 on 2 this week, and here she is again. Nice to see you again. Cassie Barlow from Sochi, please welcome them to the Synchrony stage as we continue with tonight's events.
Katie Couric once said, "Changing the world doesn't happen all at once. It isn't a big bang. It's an evolution, the sum of a billion tiny sparks, and some of those sparks will have to come from you." Tonight, we are thrilled to introduce you to our inaugural Spark Award winners who are making an impact locally. The Spark Awards recognize millennial entrepreneurial organizations whose leaders demonstrate a higher level of character, generating a culture that is authentic about its mission and connects with community. The impact these businesses have in our marketplace inspire others to take the leap into successful entrepreneurship. These 3 companies, our class of 2019, have kindled the continued success of our marketplace. Their passion, dedication, and focus on mission inspire extraordinary results.
Hello and good evening. Our first member of the Spark Award class of 2019 is Matthew Sliver of Catapult Creative. Leading by example, transparency, trust, and guidance of mentors are key elements contributing to the success of Catapult Creative. The company's culture is about setting workers up for success, creating a supportive atmosphere, and inspiring them to do their best work passionately and authentically. In fact, Matthew Sliver says, "I just surround myself with people who are smarter than me, and I learn from them." The company participates in many projects that help grow and revive our community, from its Dayton Inspires initiative to sponsoring Pecha Kucha Nights. I had to look that up, by the way. Matthew also serves on several boards and committees, such as Keep Montgomery County Beautiful, Adopt an Area Program, and the Levitt Pavilion. Please join me in welcoming Matthew Sliver to the Synchrony stage to accept the honor.
So I was raised to be a steward of my community. This is something that my family has always brought to the table. I remember a time when my father, instead of letting us open up our Christmas presents immediately, we went to a homeless camp and we gave out coats and food instead, just putting that off. And that all said, Catapult is usually behind the scenes. People don't usually really care who does the work. We're just here to further the mission for our clients. That's why this award is such an amazing honor for all of us, my staff, my friends. I want to congratulate all of our fellow award winners, thank the Better Business Bureau for acknowledging all of our efforts. I want to acknowledge Mayor McDonald for coming down and spending time out of a busy schedule with us. My business partner, Daniel Reiser, for literally putting up with all of my stuff. My staff for also putting up with all of my stuff and also pushing me to be a better leader. My family, my daughter, most importantly, my wife, Ashley Bethard, for always, again, putting up with me and really just encouraging me, because without any of these people, I wouldn't be here today. I want to thank all of you. Thank you.
Well, good evening. Our second deserving member of the Spark Award class of 2019 is the Goldfish Swim School. The leadership fell in love with the business at first splash. The bright colors, warm pool, fun events, exciting atmosphere, even the fact that you could wear flip-flops to work. They adopted the mantra, "We got this," in good times and bad. The company nurtures a culture that provides wow customer service to clients and employees. They do the right thing, make the right decisions, and treat people with integrity, compassion, and trust. Wanting all children to be safe in and around the water, they strive to provide the best swim lessons, offer free water safety programs, and work with USA Swimming Foundation and its Make a Splash initiative to provide the opportunity for every child in America to learn to swim, regardless of their parents' ability to pay. Amy Strozer, will you make your way? You're already here. All right, good job, you snuck up behind me. Please accept this honor on behalf of your organization.
I was a little bit too excited because one of our core values is also to always remember to celebrate. So, of course, I was early to this stage. But I would love to say thank you to my community where I grew up, where I fell in love, and where I am so blessed to kind of be such a leading team member. We are a young company, and we have a big passion, and we have an even bigger mission. And without our community support, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So, teach your kids to swim.
Scratch by Justin Tyler is our final member of the Spark Award class of 2019. Learning, development, and growth are the gears that drive the company's business model. The company's staff work as a team and a family. Justin Livingston says, "We all have so much fun each day. Let's have fun and do great things each day." But that sense of family extends beyond the walls of the bakery to the community of Tip City. Justin serves on the Downtown Tip City Partnership Board. He raises funds for the Good Brothers, which is a nonprofit that uses social media to inspire generosity. Justin even drummed up financial support for a fellow Tip City business that was devastated by a fire. We are thrilled to invite Justin Livingston to the Synchrony stage to accept this honor.
Thank you so much. This is an incredible honor. I'm such a young age. I'm 24, had the first bakery at 21, and there's just so many people to thank and not enough time to do it. I would like to start with Downtown Tip City, who is here right now, Andy Trezak, Jenny Watson, my lead baker, Amy Powell, Carla, everybody who has always been supportive and who's been a #1 fan of mine. I always appreciate that support. My family, my friends, all my customers. It's incredible. Thank you so much. I don't know. Thank you so much. It really means a lot.
We can have all of you line up over here around the stage. Cassie or Rocky as well. Photo op here.
All right, congratulations. Okay, here we go. It is time now to meet the BBB Eclipse Integrity Award finalists and the award winners for this year. This year, the judges received 11 completed nominations. It was difficult, as it is every year, for them to make their decisions, as each nominee demonstrated strong rationale as to why it should be among this year's small elite group of winners. So let's find out more about our finalists and announce the winners. All the finalists already have certificates honoring their achievement at their tables, so be sure to take that home with you, display that in your business if you would, and of course don't forget to spread the word on social media as the finalists and the winners are announced. So here we go. Introducing now Neil Ratliff of West Banco Bank Incorporated and Tyler Greenwood from Back to Business IT. They will introduce to us the Eclipse Integrity Award finalists in the business category.
Well, good evening. James Cox founded Cox Media Group Ohio with the intention of pioneering a new type of journalism. More than 120 years later, today it is an integrated broadcasting, publishing, and digital media company. Through the years, it's adapted to the changing market and practiced the highest in journalistic and ethical standards of integrity. It's also a model for others in the industry, as it has a variety of media platforms operating under one roof. The company not only shares information about the great things happening in our community, but it also donates millions of dollars in media to community projects and organizations. Because it's invested as in inventing and investing in our community, we're honored to recognize Cox Media Group Ohio tonight as a 2019 Eclipse Integrity Award finalist. Lavender Home Care Solutions began as a dream a mother and son had to improve the quality of life for seniors through a well-trained family of caregivers. The team takes a personal interest in each client and caregiver. They know honesty and strong moral principles, as well as being whole and undivided, are what's needed to build trust. They are constantly learning and growing. The company is involved in many community organizations, such as the Alzheimer's Association and SIXA. These relationships help raise awareness of seniors' health and improve the overall quality of life in our community. The Better Business Bureau is proud to recognize Lavender Home Care Solutions as a 2019 Eclipse Integrity Award finalist because commitment to integrity and ethical practices have unified and shaped this organization.
Gotta find my name here. There we go. Okay. All right. Universal One Credit Union. The team at Universal One Credit Union passionately embrace the philosophy of people helping people and work tirelessly to provide beyond what you expected service to over 50,000 members. The company puts people first and lives up to its values, which center around being friendly, trustworthy, and reliable. Ethical principles are built into everything the company does. Universal One puts actions behind its words and provides meaningful support to the community. For instance, it is an active member of 10 chambers of commerce, provides scholarships, as well as hosts member appreciation events at each of its locations. As it's committed to making a difference, Universal One Credit Union is deserving of being acknowledged as a 2019 Eclipse Integrity Awards finalist. This is the fun part. And the winner in the Eclipse Integrity Award 0 to 50 employee category is Lavender Home Healthcare Solutions. Home Care Solutions. Bernard. Bernard, and I apologize if I butcher this. De La Cho, would you please join me on the Synchrony stage to accept the award?
Tyler, do you know a little song and dance while Bernard makes his way up to the stage? Because I don't want another Mark joke.
Nothing appropriate.
Oh, we got the music.
So, integrity is a big thing in what we do with caring for our senior population here in Dayton, Ohio. Our commitment to improving quality of life is what we do each and every day. And this is just one way to show our clients, our caregivers, the 50 employees that are out there, how much we care about them and how much we care about the city of Dayton. So, on behalf of all of us here, Kim and Olivia, we thank you so much.
Okay, and in the 100 plus employee category, and we have a second business winner, which is Cox Media Group, Ohio. Jana Collier. I think Jana Collier is making her way up.
So thank you so much. It's such an honor to receive this recognition. For more than 120 years, Cox has been in this community, committed to making a difference and doing that with integrity. Our company has changed dramatically over the past century, and today we're a uniquely converged media operation. We are WHO TV, Dayton Daily News, the Springfield News Sun, the Journal News, Dayton.com, K99, WZLR The Eagle, and WHO Radio. But what hasn't changed over that time is our core value of working to make this community a better place to live and work. We do this through our news coverage and entertainment coverage, through helping our advertising clients grow their businesses, and through direct community support. Last year, we donated $1.5 million in media. We raised over $500,000 in cash, and our employees donated more than 1,000 hours, all for local charities. Every day, we challenge our employees to do the right thing, because that's what we believe in. It's kept us strong for 120 years, and it will keep us strong serving this community for another 120 and more. Thank you so much for honoring us with this award.
It is next my pleasure to introduce to you Gene Holloway from PSA Airlines and Maha Kashani from IGS, who will introduce us to the Eclipse Integrity Award finalists in the nonprofit category this year. Welcome.
Hello, welcome. Thank you. Should I wait till she gets up here? Go ahead. Okay. Good evening. Catholic Social Services of Miami Valley offers assistance to people in need. Programs include early childhood education, pregnancy and parenting support, refugee resettlement, senior services, poverty alleviation services, and more. Today, it serves more than 20,000 clients annually in a 10-county service area. The staff provides excellence through professional expertise and the balance of a caring spirit. Collaboration and creativity are valued and welcomed because they help the organization better meet challenges faced by clients. The team delivers quality services, invites volunteerism and financial support, and is a trustworthy steward of funding, making it an organization that's gained the public's trust. Catholic Social Services treats its clients and other constituents with respect, dignity, and the highest ethical standards. Tonight, we celebrate by naming it a 2019 Eclipse Integrity Awards finalist. Crayons to Classrooms provides free school supplies to teachers of students in need. In fact, it's distributed over 17 million in free school supplies across the greater Miami Valley. Today, it serves more than 3,000 teachers in 110 schools with enrollment of over 40,000 students. The organization's employees are passionate about the work they do and the lives they help. They are committed to the success of the organization, teachers, students, and each other. They understand that Crayons to Classroom's continued success depends on the trust clients, supporters, and community have in it. From ethical and responsible fundraising to a passionate, committed board of directors, to the hard work of staff, volunteers, and community partners, we are thrilled to honor Crayons to Classrooms this evening as a 2019 Eclipse Integrity Award finalist.
Girls on the Run of Dayton is an after-school program for girls which teaches life skills such as managing emotions, resolving conflicts, and helping others through dynamic interactive lessons and running games. It seeks to develop and empower the next generation of female leaders. What's not to love about that? The nonprofit fosters an uplifting culture and consistently recognizes passion and hard work. It celebrates teamwork and deeply understands the value of connections. Excellence in programs, fiscal stewardship, collaborative partnerships enable the organization to meet and exceed strategic goals. In fact, Girls on the Run has grown from serving only 16 girls in 2010 to over 1,200 girls this year. Integrity is an important factor of every decision made and every relationship developed, making Girls on the Run an ideal finalist for the 2019 Eclipse Integrity Awards. All right, the big moment. In the 0 to 50 category. And the winner of the nonprofit Eclipse Integrity Awards 0 to 50 employee category is Crayons to Classrooms. Steve Rubenstein, would you please join us on the Synchrony stage to accept your award?
Wow. So 2 months ago, we were in this very room celebrating our 10th anniversary. So it's extra special that we are being honored this year. On behalf of all of us at Crayons to Classrooms, we would like to thank the Better Business Bureau for this recognition. It is truly an honor, and we are very humbled to accept it. To all of the finalists tonight, nonprofit or profit, I'd like to acknowledge your good work that you are doing. I know how you're feeling now when your name is not called, because we have been in your position before, not once, but twice. So my advice to you is to hang in there, persevere, and reapply again when the time is right for your organization. I'm very fortunate to be surrounded by great people. I'd like to thank the board and the staff of Crayons to Classrooms for the commitment to the organization. For without them, what we do would not be possible. So I've got a few folks back there at the tables in the back. Would you all stand up and be recognized? And finally, I would like to thank two people who were instrumental in managing the nomination process for us this year. First is Laura Raypock, our development manager. She's taken on this added responsibility, and we would not be here tonight without her dedication and passion. And her right hand in this process has been Kelsey Albertino, who has been one of our interns this year from the University of Dayton. Kelsey devoted a great deal of time updating and refreshing our nomination binder, and you two did a fabulous job. So thank you, and thank you to the Better Business Bureau for this recognition.
Okay, and the winner in the 75 plus nonprofit employee category is Catholic Social Services. Dave Richard, would you please join me on the Synchrony stage to accept the award?
Well, thank you. Good evening. I'm Dave Richard. I'm the Vice Chairman of the Board of Directors of Catholic Social Services. So on behalf of our board and Laura Resch, our Executive Director, and the 75 plus employees, I didn't realize we had that many, but we have hundreds of volunteers behind the scenes also. I humbly accept the award for all these employees. So thank you to the Better Business Bureau, the Eclipse Award Committee, and all the judges that have now recognized what I already knew and many of you know about Catholic Social Services. We have passionate professionals that carry out the mission of Catholic Social Services day in and day out. And that mission is simply, we help individuals and family in need. Someone said it earlier tonight, whenever you get a bunch of nonprofits in a room, and especially one at the microphone, there's always an ask, right? So I'd be remiss not to ask you to get to know more about Catholic Social Services, all the great programs we have, whether it's volunteering at the food bank that's just a couple miles away on Riverview, that is populated by the food bank, a great partner with us. Whether it's down on Brown Street, Irma's house, I'm sure many of you have seen that. We do supervised visitations. We could always use volunteers down there. And then if you're from north, the northern counties, we have an office in just north of Piqua. We don't like to talk about the towns north or south of Piqua. But there we help the elderly population stay in their homes. So we have food delivery, and we take those people to doctor's appointments and things like that. So again, get to know more about Catholic Social Services, about volunteering with us. And did I mention we're an Eclipse Award winner? So I'll leave you with that. Thank you.
All right, congratulations to you all. When we wrap it up here tonight, we'd like all the winners to make their way to the winners' circles, but listen up so you know exactly which one to go to. Crayons to Classrooms, Catholic Social Services, and the Food Bank, you will go to the nonprofit winners' circle. All the others, Cox Media, Lavender Home Care, and our Spark Award winners, the Dayton Dragons and Dayton Metro Library winners, you should all head to the business winners' circle. We will toast your success and prepare for photos. Some final thank yous. Want to thank, he was back there a second ago, one of my former co-workers. He's the guy that did all the videos you saw here tonight, the very talented Kenny Jarosik of the BBB. Kenny, thank you. And if that name sounds familiar, yes, he is the lucky husband of 2 News meteorologist Jamie Jarosik. Thank you again to our sponsors. Our principal sponsor, West Banco Bank and Back to Business IT. Students of Integrity sponsor, Dayton Power and Light. Media sponsor, WDTN, Cox Ohio Media Group, and iHeartRadio. Torch sponsors, McAfee Heating and Air. Nonprofit PSA Airlines. Stage sponsors, Synchrony Financial. Spark Award Scholarships, Sinclair Community College. Reception sponsor, Taft, Stettinius, and Hollister, an advanced background check. AV sponsor, Shakely. Facility sponsor, Hauser Asphalt and Concrete. Dramatic design sponsor, Bob Ross Auto Group and Primetime Party Rental. Community honor sponsor, Voss Auto Network. Spark Award supporting sponsors, Sochi. Business Winners Circle, Echoing Hills. Nonprofit Winners Circle, Flagel Huber Flagel. Hospitality sponsor, Homewood Suites. Registration sponsor, Sinclair College. A-Plus Cleaners, Siebenthaler Company. 2 more quick notes. Get your calendars out. It's like if you're like me, it's on your phone. Make plans to join us for the 2020 27th Annual Eclipse Integrity Awards. The date is already set. It is May 12th. And one last important piece of business, thanks to the flower shop for the centerpieces. Please give the table arrangement to the person at each table whose birthday is closest to today. Before or after, I'll let you figure it out. Thank you so much for joining this very special evening, recognizing outstanding business and personal integrity in the Miami Valley. I'm Mark Allen. I'll see you tonight on the news. Good night.